Everybody, welcome back to another recap of Love During Lockup here on Patreon with Jade and XD. So, secret prison wedding still hasn't happened yet. Why'd you title it that if it didn't happen?
Didn't happen at all, actually. Very lackluster.
Yeah, pretty much. This episode we got a bunch of new people. It's a lot going on in this episode.
Love During is my least favorite iteration of all of them.
Yeah. It's like, what's that 90 Day one I don't like?
Happily Ever After?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I also don't like the UK one. I tried. It's a lot of in it, and like it just didn't go for me.
I didn't know there was a UK one. I didn't even have. Okay. I prefer the other way the most.
Same.
Yeah.
Because that's the most unique.
When is it coming back? Nick.
I don't know. COVID ruined a lot.
God. I mean, the world back open, so.
Yeah, very true.
Like,
it also didn't stop them when it was during
I'm like, what? That's not an excuse now. Y'all niggas been not giving a fuck. Like, come on now. Let me look. When is 90 Day?
Well, I can tell you that regular Love After Lockup comes back in December.
Wonderful. And it's all new people.
Yeah. I mean, we need to figure out a way to cover that somehow with our winter programming schedule. Jade and XD's winter programming schedule, because we got a lot of stuff going on this winter.
Oh, we're still waiting for. Okay, hold on.
Oh, still waiting for a date.
It returns to. Y'all really be putting a lot of words in these articles for no reason. Yeah, it just doesn't have a date yet, but we'll sit tight.
Okay. Well, who do you want to start out with this week?
Let's start out with one of the new ones. Let's start off with Mark and Sincere.
Oh, Beck and Drew Barrymore.
He does look like Beck.
Yeah.
He does look like Beck.
I was like, son un perdedor, I'm a loser, baby.
She was giving, so why don't you kill me? Did I ever tell you about the one time I ran to Beck at the airport?
No.
It was so random because me and Santana were traveling for one of the dinner parties. I'm somewhere else, and I think we separated for food, and I see Beck, and I'm like, is that Beck? And then Santana, so we meet back up, and she's like, I just saw Beck, and I was like, okay, I thought I was crazy. I was like, me too. And it was just the most, because it was a random airport. It was just a random run in. He had this little hat on. He looks like Beck. He looks like serial killer Beck, which Beck looks like a serial killer. So
yeah.
She's giving me more Molly Ringwald than Drew Barrymore.
Okay, so Beck and Sincere Dasher. I've never seen a white person with punctuation in their name, so that's so interesting.
I have never seen the most ethnic, and it's only because of the combination. Names I've seen on children are these two white boys. Tristan showed me a video. Two white boys who play baseball, brothers. Their names is Cash and Money. Outside of that, I've never... This is the most ethnic name I've ever seen on a white person ever in my life. Did she give herself that name?
I don't know. But she also a little wild. So, she, shot up her grandma's house and shit. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we meet Beck. in Vegas with his dude bro relationship coach named Jeremy.
Who is a former felon inmate.
Yeah, who don't skip the gym. He never misses leg day. Everything is just big and tight. Like, he wears really young clothing.
He also doesn't
young,
miss injection
tight.
day, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. So his friend, you know, gives him like motivational wigger advice, you know, like, you can do this, and empty wigger platitudes. Sure, right? So, like, he's a software engineer. He
produces music festivals. The nigga makes $600,000 a year, and I do not think he was lying.
No, because that's a very. If somebody was lying, they would have said like $1 million. You know what I mean? But he's like, no, I make 600,000. I believe that.
I believe that too.
And in Vegas, you could be rolling high on the hog because everything in Nevada is like $4.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my uncle retired from Lockheed, one of them big tech people. I don't know. He's super intelligent, smart, and he had an option. He lives in Ohio now, but he was about to buy a home in Vegas. And when I tell you the home that he was about to get in Vegas, but for like a fraction of like,
you know what that makes
he played for here.
That makes sense too, because I noticed business wise that people will shift their business sometimes from LA to Nevada to Vegas. I'm wondering if that has something to do with it too.
Yeah, I don't think they pay taxes. They're one of the places that don't do, like Delaware.
Where?
Because they get all, like, exactly. But you know what I mean. But anywho, he's very creepy. He talks to 6 girls in custody, and he said that he prefers to date women who are in custody because the dates are inexpensive.
Yes.
Which, that's fucked up, but also very true.
Yeah, it was not a good enough reason for you to date inmates.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. But he made a point.
Yeah, he did.
He's also the type to make us. He's very data driven.
Yes.
So he has an Excel sheet for everything, including the women that he talks to on the internet.
Yeah, their attributes, their pictures, their personality types, their crime, their amount of time that they are locked up for that crime, just all of the information. And he goes over it with his homeboy. And listen, the general consensus from this nigga is that he has an issue, right? There's clearly some severe insecurity and trauma from said insecurity, because he brings up the fact that he does not feel like he is conventionally handsome enough for IG models / influencers types. He says that it's cheaper to date girls on the inside, but he focuses so much on this girl's crime and her being a quote unquote bad girl and like what kind of trouble they can get into. There's a complex there, clearly.
Yeah. I feel like he was a nerdy, wimpy kid, very Scott Pilgrim-y.
Yeah.
And he ran into some money, and now he feels like he can, Captain Save him.
Yeah. I don't even think it's Captain Save him. I think I don't know. He's got some sort of affinity for rebellion. And I think... Or he feels as though, like, these people who are incarcerated will accept him because of the fact that they don't have anybody else to accept. I think it's a combo of all of that. I think it's a combo. And he's little. He's short. He doesn't feel attractive, but he's rich. And even then, I'm like, you could still find people in the free world, but he feels like he's going to have a more sincere connection, no pun intended, with somebody who's locked up. So he has a video chat, the very first one he's ever had with an inmate. He has it with Sincere. He's very enamored with her, very taken with her personality and her energy and what she's putting out. And we find out that she is going to be locked up for 11 years.
Because she shot up her Mima's
Because she shot up her Mima's house. And this nigga is willing to wait for that amount of time.
I mean, you know, love knows no time. That was them, because what?
This nigga said she has danger in her voice. What is that? Something is wrong with you. And I know he's got bodies on. I know he got bodies. I know he does.
I don't disagree. But
that was them.
Let's go with new people again. Let's go with Jessica and Dustin. I just called her Long Island.
Yeah,
because she looks like every white woman in Long Island.
She does,
the
and they live in
white.
Florida.
I'm Italian, like the ones who say they're not white, they're Italian.
Yeah, she's a nurse, been married twice. Whoa. First husband. Go ahead.
She describes herself as a frat boy with tits.
Yes, she does. And I would just like to bring up the fact that she's 44 years old, looks about 7 years older than that. Her homegirl looks about 4 years older than that. And they are on the beach taking shots of Fireball whiskey.
To be fair, it's Jacksonville.
Yeah, no, that was the only saving grace. But even still,
that's how I was like, why are they? First of all, Fireball, really?
Fireball. That was it. It's like Fireball whiskey. Like, are you in high school? What is happening right now? But they're taking shots of the nips and they sitting on the beach, you know, talking about her relationship. You know, apparently her and this young man, Dustin, so she's 44, he's 27. Her and this young man, Dustin, are in the same prison. She is employed there as a nurse. He is incarcerated there for evading arrest. And he's playing cards, you know what I'm saying? Having homeboy time. She walks past and it's love at first sight. Yeah.
And, you know, she decides to leave her whole career behind, her 13-year nursing career behind.
Yeah.
On a whim.
Yeah. For this
just on the case that Dustin might be into her.
And then goes home and tells her teenage child that she has quit her job because she is in love with one of the inmates.
And luckily, it worked out that he was into her too.
Yeah, I think he was into her first. The problem here is that they cannot visit. She cannot visit because she keeps getting denied for his visitation list because the people know her.
Right, and she thinks it's discriminatory, and it's like, girl, how? Like, you're privy to information that nobody else has on the outside. Why would you think that they would allow you in?
Furthermore, you're a nurse, which means that you're in proximity to medication, which can be abused. Who's to say this is a conflict of interest? So who's to say that you are not using this relationship status to provide the inmates with drugs off of the sake of your relationship? Like, a number of things. And granted, no, she will not have access to these things as a visitor. But also, I know they in there like, girl, fuck you.
Right. Girl, get a grip.
Get a grip.
Dustin is 16 years her junior. And they've only been doing this for about 5 months. I can't imagine quitting my... Oh, she also does body piercing on the side.
On the side, yeah.
You know, And she also got a kid. She too has a friend kid.
An ancestor child who has more sense than she does. Although the child did say, the child is apparently homeschooled, and when they went out to dinner, she called the entree section. If for whatever god awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.